Google is shutting down first-party development for Stadia. And I'm also shutting down John mid-sentence in the last story, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already. All right, so Google has decided to close their internal game development studio for Stadia to focus on third-party relationships. Let's see. First question, was this a surprise to anyone?
No.
No.
Nope.
The world isn't really ready for this yet.
Well, also Google does not stick with anything.
They don't support their products.
They don't support anything.
They don't support their products at all. And I don't understand it. Even if they have the greatest idea for a product, which sometimes they don't, like, for example, Google+. But, like, that's an example of what they do is they'll start a product, they'll like try to get a ton of people involved, like they'll connect it to other services, they'll try just try to build this thing up, and then instead of sticking with the product or like, you know, wow, what am I trying to say? Like, you know, thinking quick on their feet, just like I'm doing while co-hosting this podcast, like, and making like changes based on like what's happening in the environment. They're just like, nope, this isn't immediately making us buku dollars. Let's just shoot it. Take it behind the barn and shoot it. That is like Google's philosophy on all of their products. And I'm not surprised at all. I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Well, so this development studio didn't even release anything, I don't think.
No. At least the Amazon one, which I believe is also getting shut down, released that. Is it? I think so. I think they released that like MOBA, and then they're like, it's a MOBA battle royale, and they're like, wait, no, that's too much stuff. It's just a MOBA, and then they like unreleased the game and then do you remember this?
I do kind of remember. We actually did a story on it, I think.
Did we? Dude, well, this is episode number 68. 68. We do an average of 3 to 4 stories an episode. That's a lot of stories.
I think I remember talking about this because they released it and then they immediately like unreleased it.
Also, I think we talked about it recently. I think that's like not that old.
Yeah.
I don't really have an excuse. That was a year ago. I don't remember that. Hey, Phil, actually, that was last week. Your memory is fading. So yeah, not a surprise to me. They don't support their products. They're literally is like I think there's a website called like Google Graveyard or something like that, where they just keep putting the products that Google like says they're gonna make, or Alphabet, or you know their parent company is making, and then they like don't support it anymore. So it's just ridiculous. Another service for the Google Graveyard.
Google Glass didn't get very far, did it?
Did it even come out officially?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I think you could have bought those. They just, no one did.
Yeah.
That was like ahead of their time. They need to make Google Contacts.
They probably sunk a lot of money into this, and they're like, man, you can't afford that.
I mean, they should just be like a cloud gaming service. They should just, as long as they can get all of the... Yeah, I know. But like, so, yeah, you're right. That is exactly what they're doing. But like, I feel like that's what they should have done from the get-go. Like, unless they had like talent, if they like brought on a bunch of like really great people from like Naughty Dog or like some ex-Nintendo people, or you know, like really people who have great vision that can like totally take your company to the next level. And I didn't read any stories about that. I didn't hear any news about like people who were doing that. Like,
no.
I don't know. Did they just get a bunch of people who like had played Halo at one point in their life, and they're like, "Hey, can you guys make us a game?
Make a game.
Can you make us a game that's just the next Halo?"
Google
I
Stadia.
don't know.
I'm showing my
Google Stadia's a joke.
Exclusive Google Stadia controller.
Is that like numbered?
Founders
so exclusive.
Pack. I don't know. I don't see
You should have
it
left
on
it in
here.
the packaging.
Yeah, I should have. It's a pretty nice controller.
Yeah, that is nice. I wish I had an exclusive controller just for my PC. I flip back and forth using like my Xbox controller to like connect, and then I like unplug my Xbox so it doesn't wake up my Xbox. So maybe I'll order a Stadia controller just to have it, just to be like, oh yeah, I had one of those.
So at one point, like maybe a couple months ago, it was probably like just a couple months ago, they were giving away like the Stadia controller and like a few months of Stadia Pro to YouTube Premium subscribers.
What? I'm one of those.
You could have got it for free.
Oh well.
Not worth it.
Yeah, I think I
YouTube
saw that.
Premium.
Yeah, but like I'm like I don't think I would even play it, even if I had if it was like all of it made available like free to me. Like I can just. I feel like if you own consoles and you own like hardware to play games, like why would you want to stream your game?
Yeah, I mean Google Stadia and all these other services are fantastic if like Game Pass and all that, like to lower the barrier of entry. Because I'm sitting here and I'm fortunate enough to have a gaming PC and I almost dropped the F-bomb, every console that exists, like, but then there's other people who also just like younger kids who just like can't afford it, and they're like, they could maybe convince their parents like, can we get a subscription to this? Like, you don't have to buy me a PS5, which costs $500 before tax, but like they'll mail you a controller and then I can play on your Nexus or whatever.
Galaxy tablet.
Galaxy tab.
I think
I literally bought a Galaxy tablet today, which is hilarious.
I think a lot of the issue with like the cloud gaming stuff is iOS doesn't support it. And that's like a huge market.
Yeah. But you can get, the thing about that is the tablets and the phones and all of that stuff for Android, like barrier of entry is like $60. Like you can get like the worst tablet in the world, which has like a 540p resolution for like $50. Like you can get one. So that's a screen and potential, like just connected to Wi-Fi. That's your computer right there. Like as opposed to buying a system, a monitor, like controllers, keyboards, whatever. Like you're buying a $50 screen, which doubles as your console. Like that's still a super low barrier of entry.
I just don't know how they're gonna shut down Stadia. I mean, I think this is like right on the wall.
Ooh, do we want to place bets?
I mean, I'll bet. What do you want to bet though? Like what?
You have to send me your Founders Edition controller.
Yeah, but what do I get if I win?
If you win, I'll send you my PS5.
I have one. I don't need it. I'll scalp
You could sell it. You could scalp it. You could give it away on a card pack opening stream.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I give it 6 months.
6 months? Dude, I'm taking that bet. I'm taking that bet all the way to the bank. 6 months? No way. It's going to at least go for the rest of the year.
It's only been a little over a year.
Yeah, I would say at
released
least another year.
I think they're going to, now that they've scuttled their, probably what was just burning cash and wasn't, there was just nothing was coming out of it. So they're like, we need to stop doing this. We are Google, but, you're really not supposed to light money on fire. That's really not good business sense.
I just don't see why anybody would spend $10 a month to play the same games that you sought to buy to play them on Stadia.
Oh, that's right. It's not like Game Pass.
So the $10 just gets you like the better quality streaming.
Yeah, it gets you so you can play them for free. Like you don't need the 4K. All you get is 4K 60. So if you want to just do 1080, then you could just not pay the premium. But yeah, then you still have to buy the games, unless you get a couple free games for being a premium member. But
doesn't it also not work very good?
I didn't
wrong?
notice. I didn't notice that many issues. I
hear
honestly,
mixed things.
I mean, I have decent internet, so maybe that's why I haven't had issues. But like when I played it, I didn't notice any like input lag or any type of lag. It was actually pretty impressive.
You know, this is like our 4th Stadia story. Maybe I should try it.
You probably could just get a free. They probably just have free games. Like,
I'm taking out a pen. Get Stadia after podcast. All right, now I'm gonna put that note right on top of my keyboard. There we go. All right, guys, I'll report back on my Stadia journey. I'm gonna get Stadia
impressions and a review up.
Yeah, 6 months after the fact.
When Stadia shutters its doors.
What do you think though? Like, can they compete if you have to buy games, and these other services are offering you access to games with a subscription?
Like PlayStation Now, like you just pay a service a month, and you just have a bunch of games to play.
Yeah, and Game Pass does the same thing.
But do you have to have a PlayStation?
No, you could do your PC or your smartphone.
And Game Pass, like if you have it, you get access to the X Cloud or whatever. So it's the same thing, and you don't have to buy the games; you just stream them.
I don't think Stadia can compete unless they move to that model. There's no way. Because the only selling point is that it's a lower barrier of entry, but then you just, I don't know. It's like they're pretending that there's not other pretty girls in the room to dance with.
I know. You're Google. Like, just throw your weight around. Yeah. You have so much money. Like if you really wanted to make this thing work, you could throw a ton of money into it, and it would probably work.
That is literally the entire issue, is that they don't really know what they want to put their money into, and like they don't. I just feel like they don't make good judgment calls. Like, gaming is a huge space. You could get into it right now. There's clearly your competitors are blazing the trail of the correct way to do this, and you're not doing it right.
Wait,
like,
what is this?
Secure some like studios, do the same stuff that Microsoft is doing. Do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
you're a giant tech company.
Amazon has theirs coming out soon. I forget what that's called.
I think it's called Amazon Failure. Amazon Prime Gaming Plus.
You got to have Twitch to play it.
Oh my god. Nobody wants Twitch.
So what are we gonna do about when you're streaming Stadia and people just hop in the game with you? You know? What happened to that?
Yeah, what did happen with that? Dude, that was so cool.
I know.
I remember,
they had so
we
many
saw
cool
that,
ideas.
And literally, they were like, "Yeah, you could be streaming on YouTube," and then somebody jumps into your NBA 2K1 game, and I'm like, "All right, awesome." And except I think it was NBA. What was it? 2K20
maybe.
2K20.
It wasn't 2019.
Yeah, it might have been 19.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Not that I want to play an NBA game in general, besides gosh, what was that really awesome one? NBA Jam.
Yeah, well, yeah.
On Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo. That game was so rad. I also have the Game Boy version of that. Never played it. I just own it.
So Stadia.
Anyways. Stadia. Hey man, I'm just trying to be me. Okay? This is a podcast. I just want people to get to know me.
We must be very stagnant and on track.
Nope.
Dang it.
Nope. You can't do this. You will not keep us on the rails. I am actively pushing us off the rails. You cannot make me talk about Google Stadia for 15 to 20 minutes. I refuse. We'll start there. I'm going to start talking about NBA Jam on Game Boy.
I was a Stadia user, and I signed up. I had premium for a couple months. Mm-hmm. I want to see if I still have those games. I don't think
so. To have access to the game, you always have to be subscribed to the service.
The ones that you get for free, like it's kind of
so it's just like anything else.
Yeah. Now I have no games.
So if I had bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Stadia, but don't have a Stadia subscription, I can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey whenever I want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, also the prices on Stadia were they're more expensive than you could get them on the other platforms. Mm-hmm. Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey launched with it, and it was full price, and it's like, who's gonna pay that when you can get it for $5 on PlayStation?
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're going to be playing on a PC, literally, I say this all the time. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast. CDkeys.com, guys. Do not buy things straight from Steam. Steam upcharges. All these marketplaces upcharge. You can literally go to cdkeys.com and get any game you want for $6, and it's a legitimate website.
I got PlayStation Plus for half off on CD Keys.
Yeah. Nice. Dude, it's so good. Bayonetta for PC, $6. Go get it. What is it? Cyberpunk 2077 doesn't work, but it's $29 on CD Keys. # not sponsored. All right, do we want to wrap up Stadia? Because if I have to talk about it anymore, I might just leave the podcast. I'm just kidding. I do want to try it. I think it's interesting. I just am so mad at Google for just the mismanagement of just almost every product that they've ever brought to market. It's just get it together. Stop canceling things. Just get behind something. And there's no better product to get behind than the largest entertainment industry that exists, which is video games. Get behind it. Stop hiding behind your YouTube ad revenue that you're stealing from me. God, dang it. All right, I'm done raging. Final thoughts. I'm angry. That's my final thought. Okay, is that everyone's final thought?
I thought it was expected.
Yeah.
I don't. I keep saying maybe I'll try it, but I don't know. It's just not. It's not targeted at me at all. So.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth. If you have a console or a PC, there's no need.
even PlayStation Now, I've considered trying it out, but I don't know. It's kind of steep, and I'd rather just buy the games I want than pay a lot for a bunch of games I won't play.
Yeah. I'll even just jump in real quick again, even though I was done talking. I canceled my Game Pass because I wasn't playing it, and I like to buy games and have them and collect them. It's fun for me, and I just wasn't playing them. I have them, all the ones I want to play. I don't know. It's not really aimed at us. We're a different kind of breed.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other stories that were uploaded this week. And let us know how you felt about this story in the comments down below. Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next one.